What did you put?
Yeah, live on Facebook.
Live on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gentlemen of Crypto episode 319. Today is Wednesday, January 9th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. This is a 10-ish day. That's on me. And probably I need to redo this title as well, so we'll jump on that.
Oh, yeah.
For the free crypto coin yesterday, who won?
Oh, yeah. Well, I actually had no winners from yesterday for the free crypto coin. However, we will have a question of the day today. So tune in and answer that question, and you got it.
Okay. Top story of the day. France's Yellow Vest plans bank run to scare state without violence.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Right. There we go. That's basically tar and feather without the tar and feather.
I was going to say, I feel like it's an oxymoron a little bit, but I love it. Look at this positive group of young French folks here. It looks like French grassroots political movement, the Galette Wands, the Yellow Vests, is planning a bank run similar to Japan's, or to Bitcoin's proof of keys. Sources revealed on social media January 7th. Oh, yeah. What's going on with this bank run?
Man.
Will it work?
Well, the reason this news is it is similar to the proof of keys run that happened, with crypto, which, as you saw, most of the exchanges, they did have to stop service or at least have to audit what they really had for a little bit. Just throw a little scare in there to them. But like we said before, crypto could go away right now and nothing will happen to the world. It will just keep on going. But if they have what they call collectors referendum in France, where they actually show up at banks and try to take money out, that's a different story. So as he stated here, it is their elected officials' worst nightmare. I mean, anybody who tries to run a country or, has a governing body, the last thing you want is for people to come and try and actually get money out of the banks, because we know they operate on fractional reserve. They only keep about 10% of the money that they claim to have. And that's the one thing people can't control. I mean, they have great politics. They can assure you the economy's good, but they can't stop everybody from showing up at once and asking for their money, because that would be a big problem. So, psychologically, I think, if this happens in France, if it does go, because they're saying that it may be about 70% of the population, which is, I believe, 46 million or something like that. So if you get 70% of those people having a bank run at the same time, which I doubt it'll be those type of numbers. People got to work and do certain stuff. But if they get a good amount of people just to throw a scare in there, sort of like proof of keys, maybe a couple banks close, maybe a few, people get told they can't take their money out, just enough to scare them, this will be perfect. So shout out to the yellow vest. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things, like you said, the proof of keys event. This should actually be a real event. Like, every year we should do a bank run every year just to make sure the funds are actually in there. So that's actually a pretty good idea. But don't let France have all the fun.
Right, too funny. Speaking of which, give some good morning shouts. What's going on, Shannon, Allen, Jamal J. Hey, Jamal J. Long time no see.
Oh yeah.
We got Hugging the Blockchain Shuja, Antonio, Tessa. Let's see.
Moni Love. Michael Williams. Yeah, man. You had to work hard to get to live. That's why we appreciate you all being able to work through whatever shadow ban they have on us to get to the live. Because people keep telling us.
Click that bell next to it. That might help.
Yeah.
Where do we do the answer of the question today? Just in the comment section after the video. Once the video is processed, you can put it in the comments. That way it lives forever, and we can check back and see it.
Oh, yeah. And everybody on Facebook, Lamar tuned in, Monique Michelle, Deidre, appreciate you. Dean Richards, thank you, man.
Corey Robertson, Canadian Crypto, Harold George, Michael, Panji, Tony Nolly. All right. Next story, this is pretty big here. Russia plans to ditch U.S. dollar for Bitcoin, says university professor. Those are fighting words if I've ever seen them on a geopolitical level, all right?
Big time.
Oh, my goodness. A Russian university lecturer with ties to the government says the Kremlin will soon begin investing massively in Bitcoin as a way of avoiding new U.S. sanctions, a move that could happen in a matter of weeks.
Word.
Just off the strength of this person being in Russia and claiming that they have ties to the government and them saying this, you can almost believe it. Because Russia isn't one of the places where you can just throw whatever you want about the government. Oh, yeah, this is going to happen. Like,
they will murder you in the street.
It probably won't end well. They'll do a lot more than tar and feather, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But, they're saying in a matter of weeks. If this is true, it's kind of believable because it's like Iran trying to get around sanctions, North Korea and everybody else.
Venezuela.
And in Venezuela, of course, everybody wants their own CBDC or their own country coin so they can keep all the money to themselves. But If they see that's not likely going to happen, which won't because there's so many other currencies, cryptocurrencies out there.
Yeah.
Then I can see them saying, why not just get Bitcoin? It's up and rolling. But
yeah.
I mean, what's going on with this? How is this development? Who is this guy that's working for the or who has at least ties to the Kremlin who's saying this?
Oh yeah. Well, this guy Vladislav Ginko of the, and wait for it, Russian Presidential Academy of National Economy and Public Administration. Wow. That is a hell of a title.
Sounds like whatever they say goes.
Yeah, I would say it sounds like he knows a little bit about what he's talking about. But he has actually said the Kremlin is looking into diversifying their cash reserves into Bitcoin. Those cash reserves are over $466 billion. So let's say, for example, they put 20% in it. Let's say they throw $100 billion. $100 billion is twice the market cap of the entire crypto market, meaning that essentially, you know, prices would double or market caps would double.
Right.
Prices would, you know, go up based on the coins in circulation. And one of the best things about this is the guy saying it. It's not just some random Joe Schmo journalist. It's a person working in their economy. And he actually has, you know, mirrored what we've heard from people that want to avoid sanctions. You want to avoid sanctions, use Bitcoin. And if we start having countries moving billions of dollars worth of assets into Bitcoin instead of gold or instead of, you know, bonds or other ways that they do it, then we could see a huge uptick in, you know, late 2019 going forward. So, you know, they got to say what they got to say. Like President Putin here says, we have no goal of moving away from the dollar. Sure you don't. You know,
right. Everyone we understand. Does. We know
everybody.
Does.
Russia,
so,
China.
I think they're trying to do it at the same time. No, you like to be under the thumb of the dollar. We're not believing you. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
That one we don't believe.
Yeah. Nah, but if China can operate in the continent of Africa, if Russia can move away from the dollar, if France can have a bank run, move away from the euro. If all these things can happen at the same time in the middle of a government shutdown.
I was just about to go there too. The government's not even open to react to this at this point.
Exactly. You might have the Black Swan event that people have been saying will occur in this economy. So, this will be something to watch. Definitely. They've definitely tripled their gold reserves since August. So that's about 6 months now. So they're definitely doing something. I mean, they can say what they want, but this is a big move to me, so we'll see.
It looks like Ginko was quoted as saying U.S. sanctions may be mitigated only through Bitcoin use. Because of U.S. sanctions, Russia elite is forced to dump U.S. assets in U.S. dollars and invest hugely into Bitcoins. The Central Bank of Russia sits on $466 billion reserves and has to diversify in case there are limited opportunities to do it in the future. Just that alone does make sense.
Yeah.
Why not diversify the crypto? Again, we're talking about, you know, 20%, maybe that's too much. 10%, 5%, 3%.
Yeah.
Like you're 2%.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we're about to throw 2% down the drain on a wall. So let's double it. Let's double down with President Trump. Say, look, you can have your wall if you will max that dollar amount into crypto for us. Because I mean, realistically, we just say right now, let's throw $5 billion into crypto, let it sit for the next 10, 15 years. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
We won't miss it. Trust me, we're already $21 trillion in debt. We can do this.
Oh, yeah. You know what else is funny is if China has all of the Bitcoin reserves that they say they have, what if, you know, they may collude with Russia and say, hey, just come out and say that you're buying it. You don't even really got to buy that much. Just say it. Just like, yeah, we're moving a portion of our reserves into Bitcoin.
You really don't need to buy it.
You'll make China rich enough to where they can do what they want, which in turn will, you know, they basically help Russia. So, I mean, we keep telling people World War III, it will be in the digital world, and Bitcoin is going to be a part of it. So you can see it happening right in front of your eyes. This is crazy.
And this guy Ginko, as you said, he had those government ties. This story is reporting that those government ties go back to more than 20 years. So again, if he's claiming he's this deep, and this is, and again, as you just mentioned, they might not even switch. They might just be saying this to put the, you know, temperature check. What's going on in the United States? What's going on?
What you think? We just gonna sit on our hands?
Exactly. You think we're not gonna do nothing? So it'd be pretty interesting to see. Again, this financial terrorism that's going on around the world. We just need to get all the world leaders in the room, some boxing gloves, and be like, all right, you all handle it.
Yeah, right. Y'all handle it, man. Square up. Who can actually fight?
Oh, man.
But Maurice Parks, that's right. Things may be lining up if we take the underlying messages and clues. Yes, absolutely. That's what we do on this show. We literally take what they write and we tell you what they're trying to say, and those clues to us have pointed directly towards things lining up towards a big thing. So
right. Shannon Allen said, you saw Lou Kerner about Bitcoin being worth more than gold on CNBC today. They are talking big bullish today.
That sucks because as soon as they start talking bullish,
I was just about to say that
price goes down, and as soon as they start saying, oh, well, it may be over, then it'll go back up. But it is good timing. It's early in January, so if they start saying how bullish they are and the price does dip halfway through January, going towards the end of the month, which is notorious for the price dipping, then February, Russia comes out. Backed comes out, you know what I mean? Like it's lining up pretty good.
Harold George said the U.S. can't pull an Iraq on Russia. That's very funny, but true.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. We got like 6 months for winter comes back.
Yeah, I know, right?
it has to be the fastest war ever, or you never win. Sergeant Crypto, what's going on?
Yeah, Green Jehoden, what's up, man? Yeah, we talked about the Japan ETF yesterday, actually. Yeah, so Japan's FSA looking at an ETF. So
all right. New BitRefill service aims to make Lightning payments easy. What is BitRefill service and how they make these Lightning payments easy?
Oh yeah, shout out to Crypto Blood who doesn't believe in Lightning Network.
Oh man,
nah, it is good to see that BitRefill, one of the companies that does want to use the Lightning Network, they've started a new service called Thor, which everybody has these cute nicknames.
Wonder where that came from. Too funny.
Exactly, all these cute nicknames for these software applications. But they've stated that BitRefill's John Carvalho has actually told CoinDesk in this exclusive interview, Thor allows people to connect to the Lightning Network whether they have Bitcoin or not.
Oh wow!
All you have to do is download one of the supported wallet apps, install it, and then you or a friend can come to BitRefill and purchase a channel opening. So this is what we're saying. A lot of the technology we talk about and the words we use, you should get to a point where you don't have to use the word Lightning or Lightning Network, because it should be easy UX, user experience. The person using it shouldn't even know what they're using it, but they should know that it's fast, it's simple, and it's very low fee. So this is a step in the right direction. Shout out to BitRefill, in my opinion.
Shout out to BitRefill. And momentarily, thank you, Harold George, for the tip. He said, "Eat." Much appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
Much appreciated. Cool works is going on. Sign in from Atlanta. As you said, this is kind of we talk about the business of Lightning Network and why it's important right now to start beta testing it and trying to open channels and at least understand it, because it's going to be an industry.
Yeah.
If it continues to go into trend is going and works out, and we can make these micropayments via the Lightning Network, so we won't have to bombard the Bitcoin network, then people will want Lightning channels. And then, of course, it will literally work the same way as we're seeing with exchanges right now. There will be a few companies that start setting up a lot of channels that become trustworthy channels, and before you know it, regulation will be put in place. So, well, if you're not using these channels here, then what illegal channels are you using?
Yeah, exactly.
Terrorism, fraud, money laundering, all right?
KYC,
AML, all that. Yeah, we can't trust you in your back end channels.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to become like the internet. It's going to be the regular internet, Google and all that, what you see, and then it's going to be the dark web and all that.
Yeah, true.
So my point is it's pretty interesting that a company like BitRefill is saying, hey, you can just download our app. We have these channels. I love it. But, I mean, essentially is also once people start using this thing, whether it's 5, 10, 15 years from now, I mean, in mass, and you have thousands or hundreds of trustworthy channels open, you can make a business out of it. You can add in that little penny or half a penny fee, wherever you decide. It could be something super small.
Oh, yeah.
But if your channels are used enough, it will eventually, I mean, it'll just literally just be a reoccurring bag.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to them. They are the top store and service on 1ml.com, which you can go to get all your Lightning Network search and analysis. You can see the number of channels, number of nodes, and network capacity is around 2.2 million. So still pretty early, very, very early. It's less capacity than some of these altcoins, but once it passes those altcoins, a lot of them will be useless. So good to see there.
Well, speaking of the Lightning Network in general, like how has the progression been going? How is it? I mean, is it usable now? Are people using it? I know it's been in beta testing. Is it ready to come out until alpha test when you have these apps that have it? Like, what can we say about Lightning Network?
Well, it's already in alpha test because they have a Bitcoin Lightning app in the App Store on Android. So it's already out. People are using it, and people like Pierre Rochard and Roast Beef, Olu. His name, and I forget Jack Mahler. So developers like that who have been working on Lightning Network all have apps, all have actually steps to download on your computer. Open a payment channel right now if you are a part of the Bitcoin community and use it. The only reason the network capacity is around 2.2 million is it was built for micropayments. It's literally built for you to be able to pay $2, $3 here. So it's not like Bitcoin's on-chain payments. People are sending 10 million and 40 million. That's not happening. So not right now, but Lightning is doing what it's supposed to do. And with BitRefill, Blockstream, TorGuard VPN on board, it's gonna be pretty good progress. I think.
And I mean, honestly, even if the Lightning Network was just, it's not going to be just for this, but even if they just limited it to say, transactions under $100.
Yeah.
Dude, that is a lot of transactions. That's still good news if you could take that off the backbone of the Bitcoin blockchain. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, even if it's not the $5 million, hey, if you can do, another $1,050 or less transactions a day, that literally just took another 1 million transactions off the network.
Off the network, yeah.
So,
and there goes scaling.
Right, and there's the scaling issue.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, Malik? S1 Dubs, Crypto and Culture. Love that name.
Culture. Oh yeah, great name.
Top Networkers Group. Hello, hello. All right. Next up, Shapeshift is in the news. Shapeshift lays off 37 in the latest crypto industry cutback. People, if Shapeshift is laying off 37 people, we're in some trouble, all right? Because Eric definitely has a little bit of crypto left over.
Yeah,
but it looks like,
especially for them fees.
Right.
From Jax.
Oh, Jax, those fees are crazy. Crypto exchange Shapeshift has announced a round of layoffs, citing a range of difficulties, including a tough market climate. They put a blog post out published Tuesday. CEO Eric Voorhees wrote that the startup had laid off 37 employees, or a third of its staff. He described the process as, quote, a deep and painful reduction mirrored across many crypto companies in this latest bear market cycle. Wow.
Yeah. And I think this goes to show, after consensus now with Shapeshift, that during the bull run, everybody was very, very confident that their companies would just keep on chugging along. If the price of Ethereum went down, price of Bitcoin, it's fine. We'll keep chugging along. I can guarantee you next bull run, there will not be as much just open, because I saw people that were getting jobs just. It was crazy. People.
We had some of our warriors get jobs.
Yeah,
that's what's up, people.
Yeah, it was
just
cool. But like we said, as far as when you got to do layoffs and cutoffs, you start getting down to who do you really, really need. Right. I mean, who's essential to the company.
Right, who's in there developing?
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. So when you lay off a third of your staff, coding. Yeah, it's starting to get tight, but that's business. Just like the price of Bitcoin, it has a market. So does the job cycle. Jobs have a market cycle. So nothing new to see here. It is kind of crazy to see it because Shapeshift they have a pretty big war chest. So if they're doing it, not hard to see other companies doing it as well.
Yeah, this and it's unfortunate. I mean, it's one of those things where the lights eventually came on, but it's not the end all of everything. I mean, the good thing is a lot of these people were first timers in the space, first jobs or careers, and so they got the first experience in it. They actually had a chance to see, for some people, the end of a bull cycle and then a full bear cycle, as we've been in. So it can only help in the long run if those people decide to come back, because Shapeshift, while their fees are ridiculous and all that, it's a good crypto company to work for as far as to see the inside of how a successful wallet should be ran. Again, those fees. I mean, I remember when the network was clogged, they were charging $10. I was about to say $10 or $15 for one transaction. Right. It was.
It's definitely not Satoshi's vision.
Right. It was ridiculous, but and this is why though. Sometimes, I mean, of course you want to make your money, but it's also for these times where there's a year-long bear market. So when people talk about the prices and stuff, it's not only you think about how long this person's been in crypto, how much they know. It's also it's a market cycle. It can happen. You got to protect yourself across it. So
so it's nothing to be ashamed of. But long term, I'm sure we'll get it together. This happens every market though.
Top networkers group say those fees were a trip. Yeah. I will give it to Jackson though. They were one of the first wallets to do cross-atomic swaps. Yeah. They definitely were one of the first doing that,
and they knew it.
And they charged. They might have charged $8. They charged about $8 to do it, but you could actually do it inside their wallet. So that was pretty cool. Oh yeah. Let's see. Jizzy Max says, as soon as they went New York City, they should have known. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, as soon as they went to New York, of course. Blockchain Shuja. For the life of me, I don't understand why Bitcoin doesn't use DGB code and scale on chain. DGB is Bitcoin anyway. What are your thoughts?
Well, I've seen that before. People say Digibyte, but you got to have miners and you got to have the backbone of the network behind it, or it could be 51% attacked at some point. So that's the only thing with that. The reason Bitcoin is the longest and strongest chain, there's a reason. So
all right. For the cryptic coin, what are we doing today?
Oh yeah. So for those free coins today, France is planning a bank run, and if it does occur, what do you think will happen? Will it be positive? Do you think it'll be worse before it gets better? Do you think it'll just, spur them to do some change? Let us know what you think. Send your cryptic coin address and we'll send you those free coins.
All right. As always, thank you for watching. Have a happy hump day, folks, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.